Hello. I'm carrying on with my Arteza projects, and I'm just making some ephemera and thought I would turn the camera on and film a little bit of the process. I have made the little ephemera folder. I'm not sure if that's uploaded yet or not, because I am kind of working on these in bits and pieces as I'm filming. So this is just a tag from my faux ephemera kit, and I think I want to make sure I get some of that blue in here. So I'm just gonna tear that a little bit. This is just a piece of book page. Might have that. I only want a little piece of the tag showing. I'm not concerned about having it all showing. Might come down a little bit here as well, actually. Yep, quite like that. So I'm not going to cut it perfectly, but I'm just going to roughly cut. Okay, do a little bit of thinking. I've got various bits and pieces out ready, and just to see, I'm just going to carry on how I've been making the ephemera, and we'll just see how much we get done and what we do. I've got no plan. It's just various bits and pieces I want to make to go into these journals, and I'm trying to do a mix for the floral one and for the woodland one. I do have a few little bits I've already made, like I said, and I'm hoping this whole thing will be done in five videos. So this will probably be number 4, maybe 3 if I upload this first. Okay, so I'm just gonna kind of place that down, and then I'm going to turn it over and trim off the excess. Do you know, I just thought I can't actually see very well. It's because I haven't got my glasses on. They're on my head rather than on my face. Okay, so I'm going to need to just ink around that little edge again. And I think I might take some of the white off. That page, that looks a bit better. Okay, so now I just need to kind of think about what else I want to put on here. Now, when I get the sewing machine out, I kind of do bits and pieces like this. I like doing things like this because then you can put them onto envelopes and it looks like it's been sewn. And I just have torn some of the Arteza paper. I mean, it's great. I really do love it. And some strips, and I've just sewn around them. Simple as that. It's nothing too complicated. So I think I'm gonna maybe add a piece of this down the side there. Do I want a little sewn paper label? Possibly. I definitely want this here, so I'm gonna go and glue that down. I think I'm gonna have it this way, so I'm gonna have that slightly sticking out. I'm just going to cut that at the top and the side, but you can see I've got a little piece of the edge hanging over there. So now I kind of want something down the bottom here. I have some of these little tags, and there's a nice blue maybe the darker one, or maybe even the green. Oh, that one's already inked. Might go for that. No, I think just the tag, just the label. Yep, quite like that. Nice and simple. And the other good thing about this is you've got some sewing on the tag without actually having to put the tag through the sewing machine, because this is done kind of in advance. I mean, you could go ahead and sew around the rest of the tag if you wanted to. Now I'm just going to trim off a little, if I can get it without cutting off that little bit of, there we go. Perfect, so that's a tag done. I have made a couple of pockets, and all I've done is cut out a couple of squares of the paper that I've used, and I've rounded one corner each side, and we can decorate these. And again, I think I'm gonna maybe go in with this sewn trim. Now have it at the top, and then this bottom edge where it's the stitching hasn't reached the bottom, I'm just going to tear that off. The rest of them have all been inked, it's just the tops and the bottoms I didn't ink. Okay, I've got some of my tiny tags. I need a mix. I need a mix for the kind of for the woodland journal and for the floral. Maybe I can go for a little quote on here. I quite like that little combo. Most of the things that I've got to use have been inked already, so hopefully there won't be too much inking in this video. It's just a great way to use, you know, the pieces that I cut off the journal pages, just tore them into strips. And I do love little elements like this that you can just put together to make pretty embellishments on tags and pockets and things like that. Keeping things fairly simple. I do have the sewing machine out beside me if we need it. But that looks really cute, and that's very simple. 3 little elements put together on a piece of the cardstock that I've turned into a pocket. Lovely, cool. So that's another one done. What else could we do? I have some envelopes. I have a couple of these. They're just little coin envelopes that have been sprayed with tea. What could I do? I've got some images here. These came out of the paper pad, actually. There's 4 sheets of these tags or these cutouts that you could either turn into pockets or make tags out of. They're really useful. That's quite big, isn't it? That's quite big. Might go for a piece of the sewn tea-dyed paper, maybe. One of those. Let's have a look. Quite like that. need a floral one. Oh, the butterfly's quite nice. Snowdrops. I like that. That's quite cute. I think what I want is, let me see. I had, oh, there we go. Got some book page. Let me just grab my ruler. It's like I'm trying not to think it before I film, and then you kind of get a bit worried that you've not got enough stuff prepped when you're filming. It's catch-22. You either have a plan and you prepare, or if you want to do a, you know, craft with me as a craft with me, this is how I craft. This is crafting with me, not planned. I just get out loads of bits and just go for it. I mean, clearly there is a theme because it's for these two journals, but I think it gets easier. I used to really struggle with just going for it, just crafting without a theme. There's still things that I am uncomfortable doing, especially if I've got the camera on. But I think these journals are going to end up being quite cute. Obviously the covers are very different compared to what I've done for a while, very long time. I don't use a lot of book covers anymore to make journals. I've made a few for gifts and swaps and things like that, but I haven't really done any. I think that's just enough to give that a little bit more interest on the back. But now that's, oh, that didn't look quite as I expected it to. Having that paper under there, maybe I should move this a little bit more to the middle. I think it might have to be a bit more simple than I had planned. Maybe just the toadstool. I quite like that. I'm just going to try that round the other way though. No, I'm going to keep it up the way I had it. Oh, my glue's exploding. Might try something a little bit different with the other one. I'm trying to keep things so I've got roughly the same kind of thing in each journal. Obviously the floral one is smaller, and I think I said in the last video or the one before, one of the videos, I think I've said it's going to be, they're going to be for a giveaway. I like that. Again, 3 little elements, very simple, but still really cute. Now this one, not quite so sure whether I want the large piece of text behind, or whether I should keep this a little bit smaller. Yeah, I think that's going to be enough on here. It does make things much quicker if you've got all of your little elements, you know, to hand, even if you don't know exactly what you want to do and what you're going to use, but having options ready definitely speed things up a bit. I think this glue is getting towards the end of its kind of life as it is. Might need to put a little bit of acetone in there. I like that pointy edge over the text. I think I have got a lot better at not overthinking things. I'm able to kind of place things down a lot quicker, and I think that's again partly because I've got all of the elements ready with a theme. Even if I don't have a plan, having the theme definitely helps. Okay, I don't want that one completely in the centre. I think I might go, yeah, I think I'm going to overlap it with the text. And the great thing about little elements like this, or fussy cuts that you take out of books, or even parts that you tear out of books, is you can kind of just sit on the sofa and ink them all if you want them inked, you know, so you can kind of relax and craft at the same time. Yeah, I really like those two. Very nice. Okay, so what else can we do? Let's have a look. I did have some, I thought I had some elements here ready to go, or usable. Okay, got a few, got two old plates. This one's obviously moths, this one is butterflies. Let's see if we can do something with these, just to liven them up a little bit. I've got two offcuts from the other project, or the other pieces from the tag. Let's have a look. Quite like that. This one's a little bit too long. I think I'm going to line that up with the top because I do want to keep some of the hanging threads. I do like those. Now, am I happy to cover up that blue butterfly or lose some of the white? I think I'm going to cover up the blue. The blue butterfly is going to go, unfortunately. Now these can always be, actually I'm going to ink that, they can always be backed onto a heavier weight cardstock. This is heavyweight Epson photo paper, and the paper I use and my ruler and most other things that I use are linked on my website. I will put the link in the description box, as well as the Arteza information. This is the Arteza sketch paper, which I do have quite a love for, to be honest. I think it's amazing paper for journals. It stamps beautifully as well. I'll show you some of the stamps that I've done. Okay, I like that. I'm just thinking about this one. Whether I would like to use something a bit different. I think I might want a label on there. Let me think. I've got some really little ones here. Yeah, I think that's the label, I think, for that one. I've got a bit label mad recently. I think a lot of people have, and that's influenced me. I mean, I've had labels in my shop for a long time, but suddenly it's everywhere is labels, and they just seem so cool. Let's have a look. I might actually put a little saying on here. What have I got? Enjoy and sadness, flowers are our constant friends. That doesn't really work, does it? But have I got a word? See? No, I'm not going to do this one right now because I need to have a little think about that. I'm not quite sure what I want to do. So what have I got? I've got another pocket for the other journal, for the floral journal. Got some, not quite sure about that either. That's quite nice. I know there's sewing along the edge of the pocket, and I'm not worried about covering any of that up. I think I'd rather go for, yeah, I like that, but I'm gonna, what I'm gonna do, just gonna put a little fold in there where I'd like to cut. Try and cut that as straight as I can, and then that can go just above the stitching. That's too straight for me now. I think I'm gonna, I probably should use the ruler for that. That would have been an even straighter tear then. That's quite good. Yep. Oh, sorry. Go for another saying. Pop a little quote. I like to do things in threes. It seems to work for me. I do like this blue with those blue flowers, seems to work quite well. So that one's going to go there. I think I'll put those, okay, something like that. They never look exactly the same when you put them down again once you've glued them. That's somewhere there. Okay, I'm just thinking to add, no, I don't think so. The yellow covered out journal is not quite the same size as the brown one, the woodland one, so I haven't got as much scope for bulk on that. This is very white, this label. Just add a little bit of ink to that. So I don't need exactly the same amount of pieces for each journal, but I'll probably do a little envelope with ephemera pieces that I didn't use at the back maybe. Okay, so that's another one. Is there anything else? I just want to show you the prints. I did some stamping and they've turned out quite nice on this Arteza paper. If you can see those. This is archival potting soil, and the stamps that I've used are some of my Mackie stamps. I absolutely love Mackie stamps, I really do. Okay, so that's a few little pieces for our journals. So what have we done? We've got a little tag, we've got a pocket and another pocket, 2 envelopes and a large tag. Well, I think that's pretty good going. I'm going to leave it there. I am not quite sure how much longer it's going to take me to finish these off, but maybe once I've finished the embellishments we'll kind of film putting them together and maybe do a flip through. So thanks again for watching and crafting with me. I will see you soon. Bye.